Hello everyone, welcome again to Amico Academy's SEL Activities for Classroom. I am Chetna Singh. I am life coach for teenagers, kids and parents. So if you are a teacher or an educator and you really want to conduct social emotional learning workshops in your classroom for your students, then this video is for you and please see the video till end. So the topic today that we are discussing is developing listening skills. So why listening skills are important to children. Basically, we are talking here about active listening. So active listening teaches them to listen to each other more deeply so that they can understand each other better. And through building these listening skills, students learn to empathize with each other, and they can develop a stronger community as well. So let's get started with the whole session. Okay, so why should children develop listening skills? This is for us, as a teacher or as a parent, we must know that our students or our children must develop these skills. So listening and hearing are two different things. Though we count them as one, but it's not like that. Children may hear you, but whether they are listening or not is never guaranteed. Hence, active listening is something we need to focus on because, but we are talking here about children, but it happens with most of the adult also. Like we also sometimes do not listen actively, and we are just hearing people around us, but we do not listen them to empathize with them or to understand them, in a better way. So basically, listening helps us in understanding more. Listening increases knowledge and provides learning. Good listening habits improve relationships also. Listening boosts communication skills, helps in memorizing new concepts, and increase patience. So when we listen to each other, when we do active listening, we actually understand the perspective of other people, and we understand their emotions as well. We can understand, what that person might be going through if we do active listening. Many times we hear people and just jump into the conclusion, or we start judging people by whatever they are saying. We do not want to understand the real perspective behind all those feelings, behind all those emotions, because we do not listen actively to the person. Many times we interrupt in between, and we do not listen carefully to that person. So how we can enhance listening skill? So when we are listening to other person, we need to engage our whole body to improve our listening. So first of all, we can do like these things we can do while listening. Make eye contact with the person talking to you. Be mindful of your hearing senses. Focus on what is being said. And again, I will say, do not jump into any conclusion. Do not make any sound while listening. Do not interrupt the speaker. Wait for your chance. Take an interest in the topic being discussed. Do not tap your feet or move your hands unnecessarily. Be empathetic towards the other person and try to be in his or her shoes. Here we need to develop our empathy skills. Keep your mobile phones aside while listening. So many times people are talking to each other, but they are also busy in their mobile phone. If you continue do these things while talking to others, then surely we are not listening to each other. We are just hearing, and many times we do not pay attention what the other person is trying to say. So if we want to develop listening skills among children, we need to tell them all these things while they listen to other person. Okay, now this is a small activity. Basically, there are some questions which the children need to answer honestly. So you can take a printout of this sheet and ask them to answer these questions honestly. Are you a good listener? So the children will decide whether they are a good listener or not. So they will take either on yes or no. Do you try to understand other person's perspective? Like whenever some of their friends or relatives, parents or siblings say something, whether they understand them or just again they judge them, or jump into conclusion, or interrupt them in between, or start giving advices like that. So this also, here also they need to be honest. When your parents tell you something, do you interrupt in between? So this habit we can see among children and teenagers, like when parents are telling them to do something, or they are just making them understand about some concept also, then children do not listen to them carefully, and they can interrupt in between, or they can say that, okay, I know this, don't tell me all these things. So these things happen in the family and in the classroom also, that the students are not listening to their teachers properly. In the classroom, when your teacher teaches a chapter, do you listen attentively? So basically, when teacher is teaching, most of the children are not listening at that time, and later, they do not understand the whole concept of what has been taught in the classroom. So again, active listening is something which is very important for students, so that they can listen carefully while the teacher is teaching, and they can memorize the whole chapter, the whole concept in the class itself. So developing listening skill will not only boost up their memory, their knowledge, but also it will help them in during their exams, and later on also they will increase their knowledge also. Okay, now you can ask them to rate themselves on the scale of 1 to 10, 1 being a poor listener and 10 being an active listener. So here you need to tell them that they have to put themselves into this rating scale. So if they are in between, somewhere between 6 to 9, then they are a good listener. But if they are, below 5, then they need to improve their listening skill. They need to enhance their listening skill by all those tips which I have already told. You can ask children to be more mindful, more focused, and more concentrated. That and many times we have seen that children do not have that a proper attention span. That is also one of the reason why children do not listen properly. So it takes a great effort to be a good listener, and you should be the one. We must tell our children to be a good listener. Okay. Now we come to the reflection part. When they have done with all these activities, we can discuss all these questions to know whether they have learned something or not. What did this activity teach you? You can ask each child this question and discuss. Take their opinion, discuss the answer in the classroom. Will you make an effort moving forward to pay close attention when others are speaking? So again, will you make an effort to listen carefully and listen actively? Do you agree that listening actively is a good idea? So, this is a question which will make you aware of their thoughts. What steps would you take to achieve this? So, how you can be a good listener, and what steps you are going to take after completing this session? You can ask these questions. You can add on your questions also to know your student in a better way. Okay, so these are the reflection questions which are very important after each activity that we conduct in the classroom. Okay, so this was the whole session. If you have any query and you can want to reach to us, this is our phone number, and you can also email us. In This is our email ID, and you can visit our website to see what else we do. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get more SEL videos and knowledge about emotional intelligence and other things. Okay, you can also subscribe to our weekly SEL activity for classroom, where you will get all these activities in your mailbox every Monday. So I'm signing off for today. Have a good